Today I'm going to be telling you why the Apple Watch SE is the best value on the market. Let's get into it. So first things first, definitely has to be the design. It is an absolutely beautiful, sleek design. Now you get the nice display at the front, you get the nice look on the back, and you also get the beautiful, nice aluminium look on the sides. Now, for a starting price of £220, you're getting so much value. Now, this one is the smallest one, which starts at £290. But if you go up to the bigger one, the 44mm, it ends up being £250, which honestly is a really good deal. Now, £250 for a watch at this biggest size is honestly insane. Considering the watch I've got on is £420. You are getting an absolute steal. The design is beautiful. And honestly, I absolutely love it. I love the digital crown. I love the buttons. I love the aluminium look. And don't get me wrong, stainless steel can be better. It's more durable and you do get that sapphire glass. But it doesn't really matter when you're just wearing it. You're not really in an environment where the watch is going to get scuffed and dinked quite a lot. Now, yeah, does the watch, get exposed to more scratches, more chances of being cracked as you move on through life and you're just doing things in your life? Yeah, the watch is going to get scratched. My Series 8 is absolutely beat. It's been in the sea with me. It's been outside. It's been inside. It's been in, places where my watch can easily get scratched. And has it? Yes. But does it change the function of the watch? No. Now, moving on to the software you get is absolutely insane. WatchOS is fantastic, and you honestly don't notice that this isn't the most powerful chip. Now, obviously, the watch chip isn't really going to affect too much. It's not like an iPhone chip where it's having to do loads at the same time. This is literally just having to tell you the time, maybe check your pulse in the background, and because you don't have the blood oxygen sensors, the ECG. Honestly, the battery life is really good on this thing. You're going to get a day at least, and a day for a smartwatch is really good. You put it on your nightstand at the end of the day, and you can just use it the next day on. Now, if you are using it for sleep tracking, this thing will charge relatively quick. I'd say in about an hour, you get to about 80%, which is good enough for most people during the day. Unless you are using this for fitness every single day and also sleep tracking, that's when you might come into some issues. But as long as this thing's getting charged overnight, it's honestly a pretty good deal. Now, if we move on to the screen has a couple different things from my Series 8. Now, my Series 8 can do an always-on display and is pushed right to the edge. So you definitely do notice that you get more screen real estate and you get more things that can function in the watch at that size. But is it a massive game changer? No, it's not. I definitely have to say that this screen being, pushed to the edge but not right to the edge, just like the Series 6, is absolutely fine. You get all you need. You get calls, texts, but you do not get the keyboard, which I definitely have to say is a differential. I like having the keyboard on my watch, and you do get this from the Series 7 upwards, but not having it on the SE isn't too much of a big deal unless you use the keyboard a lot. Then obviously that is where things are going to change. But yeah, for the extra £200 that this thing costs, is the keyboard really that worth it to you? Is the always on display really that worth it to you? Is the blood oxygen sensor in Europe really that worth it to you? It depends what you're looking for. I'd say that the regular Series 9 compared to the SE, it's honestly kind of no-brainer. If you're just getting this thing to do fitness and the occasional sleep tracking here and there, you just want to be able to take calls in it quickly, use it as a notification manager, it's kind of a no-brainer just to get this thing. For £220, if you get the small one, it's kind of worth it. You get that Apple Watch feel. You get the same feature set. You get the same things other than the blood oxygen sensor that's only in Europe, the ECG, the always on display, the longer battery life, the quicker charging. But all of these things are minor and only are used in certain scenarios. Now, do I love having my always on display? Yes, but that's because I like to be able to just quickly look at my watch at a glance. But I know a lot of people that get the Series 8, Series 9, and turn off the always on display just that quickly because they don't want to waste the battery life. Now, when I say that always on display for me is a big deal, yes, it is. But that's just because I'm a techie person. I like tech, and I also like having it always on displays. I've loved it since I had it on my Android phone, and it's honestly a massive differential for me. Now, this watch here has got the S8 chip, which is the same chip that's in my watch, and actually works absolutely fantastically. It's quick, it's responsive, and it's a watch chip. It doesn't really need to be able to do too much, and it doesn't really need to have too many features that send out the pinch gesture, which isn't really necessary for a lot of people. Now, this thing is swim proof, and it's got the exact same swim rating as all the other watches in this category. And yeah, swimming with it will be absolutely fine. Now, if you do go in salt water, yes, you will have to give it a clean after to make sure the salt doesn't corrode anything. Is this watch a good deal for someone that does fitness, goes out, uses this as a regular watch, has it to check their notifications, take calls occasionally? Would I recommend this? When I say this is the best budget watch in the world, I'd have to say so. Now, for £220 starting price, you could not really diss it too much. I definitely have to say that this watch is honestly fantastic. I have no negative thoughts about it other than the always on display. And that is just a personal preference. Now, if you want always on display, you're probably going to have to either get a refurbished Series 6 or upwards, or you're going to have to go for, you know, the more expensive Series 9, that's £420 for God's sake, and that's the starting price. This thing starts at £220, and it's kind of a no-brainer decision. I definitely have to say that if I wasn't so fussed about the always on display, this would be the watch I'd go for, because, you know, you're kind of wasting money if you go for the £200 more, especially if you're in America now. The Series 9 doesn't really have much of a difference now. I mean, not that many people use blood oxygen anyway, but that is one feature that was exclusive to the Series 9 that now isn't really exclusive. It's only on the European models of the Apple Watches that you can actually use the blood oxygen sensor. This doesn't even have blood oxygen and hasn't even been banned in America. You know, this thing will always be available because it has no blood oxygen sensors that have been, you know, taken away and stolen off other companies. This watch is absolutely perfect, and I would recommend this to someone that just wants to get an Apple Watch, to get into the ecosystem. Yeah, this watch is absolutely perfect, and I think whoever buys this is going to absolutely love it. But I will leave a link in the description for this, the smaller version and the bigger version down below to get on Amazon. And if I find any good refurbished deals, I will definitely put them down in the link in the description, because this watch is perfect for someone that just wants an Apple Watch to get into the ecosystem. Now, obviously, if you did enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe. It's been Harry. I'm out. Peace.